Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 21st through the 27th, I want to say, or 26th, whatever the following Monday is. My darlings, welcome. This is going to be for Virgo's Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you happen to stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry. You found it whenever you were ready to hear the messages that are here. It is a general reading. Not every single message will resonate, but take the ones that do. We're going to see what's coming up here, guys, for the Virgo collective. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like we need one more good shuffle. There we are. Okay, my dears. So, your first card is the Queen of Swords. Now, I know traditionally when we look at the tarot cards, the court cards generally are going to be representative of a person that's influencing the situation. So Queen of Swords would be seen as a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra coming into the mix. And that can be the case for some of you. Keep in mind, though, a lot of people are used to watching the tarot readings for love and romance, and I do love and romance separate on my channel. In the weekly readings, I want to focus on you and how the cards pertain to you and your energy and your journey. So if you have an air sign placement, that could be an area of your life that's really coming full force right now, or that you're focusing on. Or it could just be you stepping into embodying the energy of the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords has no time for foolishness, okay? She doesn't suffer fools, and she doesn't have time for anyone who's not helping in her goals or in her work in some kind of way. You're either going to contribute or get out of the way, right? So Virgo, I'm hearing dead weight. Some of you might be looking at people or situations in your life that you're seeing as dead weight, or that it's just too much to carry, and you're cutting it out. You're cutting it out. This could also have to do with time management for some of you. Sometimes Queen of Swords comes up and lets us know that we're coming into a time that we're going to be managing our time better, or that we need to manage our time better. And you're realizing that there's certain situations or people that you've been devoting time to that have not been productive, okay? And I kind of feel like I'm seeing a tree, and you're shaking off, the dead leaves or the dead branches, or you're pruning away what's no longer serving you. I feel like you have this antsy energy about you. Like you're eager for things to happen. You're eager to experience life, and you're beginning to see what's been slowing you down. And you're like, I don't have time for it. I don't have patience for it. Okay? Now, those of you that are in a situation where you have children who are minors, right? You cannot shake that off, obviously. But I do feel like you're going to be coming into a time of constructive, positive guidance with time management, right? That you're going to help your kids learn time management, and that's going to give you time for yourself. I feel like there's that dynamic for some of you also with children. It's like, well, they're getting on a routine and they're getting on a schedule, right? And then when they're busy with homework or when they're busy with nap time, that's going to be time for grown-up time for yourself, right? So something along those lines in terms of time management for some of you with children. If you don't have kids, just in general, doing more with the time that you have and putting your time and energy into things that are serving you better or that are being more productive, okay? Queen of Swords is no nonsense energy. The next card that's coming up for you guys here is the Eight of Cups. Now, this is really interesting, and I know that this is a card that people aren't exactly jazzed or super excited to see when it comes up, but over the years reading for people, I've seen this as basically a card coming up that's saying, look, you're going to get everything that you're asking for. Whatever your goal is right now, whatever you're working on right now, it's going to happen for you. You're going to get it. But here's the issue, Eight of Cups comes up when somebody isn't feeling fulfilled. And it's like something is missing. And so for me in my readings over the years, I've noticed Eight of Cups usually comes up for somebody who will set a goal for themselves and they don't rest until they accomplish that goal. They do not rest until they accomplish that goal. And so you accomplish the goal and you're happy that you did it, but then you're like, something's still missing. It didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel, so I must have chosen the wrong goal, right? Maybe instead of focusing on my career, I should have focused on my hobbies or interests or my passions, or maybe I should have focused on my personal relationships. And then you accomplish all those goals and you're like, okay, well, maybe I chose the wrong career, or maybe this person isn't my soulmate. Maybe that's why I feel like something is missing. And it's just constantly, happiness is constantly like the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. I'll be happy when I accomplish this, or I'll be happy when I manifest that. And it's just this elusive dragon that you keep chasing. And so Eight of Cups comes up to say that whatever you're focusing on right now, as you're in this Queen of Swords energy, you're going to get it. It's going to happen for you. But it's going to be like all the other goals, where you're glad that you have it, but something still feels missing. Unless, that's why Eight of Cups comes up, unless you take this time now to begin focusing on developing a connection with your spiritual self, your higher self, and with higher power, God, universe, whatever you choose to call it. You need to have a relationship you need to have that connection. Okay? Until we have that connection, it's always going to feel like something is missing. And the problem is we always go outside of ourselves trying to find that connection, right? It's actually inside of you. So Virgo, the best advice that I can give you is in the coming weeks, starting this week, take time out for alone time that you can be by yourself, and do the things that soothe you, that calm you, that give you a sense of zen, okay? Because the more that you can be in that sense of zen, you're going to start to form that connection, okay, and to strengthen that connection. For me, Eight of Cups is like, look, you're going to get what you're after, but you're still going to feel like something is missing until you make that spiritual connection. So as you're busy hustling, or you're busy doing your thing, or working towards your goals, or manifesting that job or that relationship, whatever it is that you're manifesting, make sure you're making time for quality spiritual experience. Experiencing nature, experiencing art, experiencing music. All these things help us to connect with the unseen world. The next card coming up here for you, Virgo, is the Five of Pentacles. And this can be a scary card when it comes up, because it can indicate that we're going through some kind of transition. Some of you might be transitioning away from a certain career and you're going into a career change, or you're cutting back the hours that you're working because you're trying to learn a new skill, or you're going into a career change, or you're going into self-employment. There could be things going on where you're like, okay, gosh, well, I'm going to have to be cautious here with my finances, and I'm kind of taking a chance here. I don't know who's going to have my back. Some of you are cutting people out because they've been so toxic. And you're like, well, now I'm out there on my own. But Five of Pentacles has a really positive message. And some of you that watch my readings, you may have heard me refer to it in the past as the Wizard of Oz card. Okay? Dorothy was lost. She was trying to find her way home. And in that journey, she ended up, having a very unlikely group that became really her soul family, right? They were there for each other. They helped each other. They balanced each other out. And so Five of Pentacles is a card that comes up when we're going out into the unknown. But in that journey, we're finding loyal people. We're finding people that truly have our back. Okay? Some of you are coming out of, and I'm telling you right now, you're coming out of a time of financial struggle. You've been in that fear of money for a while. Some of you Virgos. And you're coming out of that financial struggle, and Spirit is saying, look, The reason why we allowed you to have this time of struggle, we had to help you shake off the people who were leeching off of you. We had to help you shake off the people who were feeding off of you and giving nothing back. And some of you have already, those of you coming out of the financial struggle, you've actually established real friendships, real relationships. You've gotten to know some very interesting people, some very interesting characters, okay? Some of you are having that journey in a different aspect. Maybe you're not going to struggle financially. Maybe you're just being more cautious with your spending because you're putting it into your future. But as you're not being there so much for other people, you're learning who's really in your life for the right reasons. Okay? I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like tightening your purse strings, so to speak, here with the Five of Pentacles. Okay? But like I said, this is a time that you get to see true blue friends, true sincere people coming into your life. Okay? I also feel some of you maybe were really into money and it's losing its thrill for you, especially with that Eight of Cups. It's like maybe in the past you know you would work overtime, or you would put up with a terrible job because you're like, oh well, if I could just get that, you know, those Prada shoes, or you know, those really expensive rims on my car, or like whatever it was, right? Like, I don't mind doing this terrible job if the money is coming in and I can buy these nice things. But I feel for some of you, Virgo, you're coming into a time where that just isn't enough for you anymore. You're like, it's not enough. It's not enough motivation. I don't care if I have the name brand shoes. I don't care if I have those fancy rims on my car or a certain kind of car. And you're wanting substance. You're wanting substance, you're wanting connection, you're wanting purpose, you're wanting meaning, okay? And you're going to have it. You're headed in that direction. Now, your next card, my darlings, is the Four of Cups. I love this. I love this, Virgo. These cards together are telling me, like, massive awakening. You're having a massive awakening, a massive epiphany, and I just got chills. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just got chills. Okay. Apparently, I was not going deep enough when I was talking about the Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. I was not going deep enough because Spirit showed me somebody sitting and meditating, right? And in the process of that meditation, like, they awakened, and then their eyes literally opened, and then looking around, all of a sudden they began to spot these super duper camouflaged snakes in the grass, and there were several, right? So that expression, snake in the grass, a Virgo, okay, you're a capable person, right? Last week, Spirit was reminding you guys how powerful you are, how strong you are, right? There was so much coming in about you guys having that badass energy. Not everyone around you is rooting for you, right? Even those of you who've been successful. And I feel like you're coming into another like cycle of success. And Spirit is showing you right now, or is going to show you in the coming weeks, where the snakes in the grass are. And some of you are going to be surprised because, like I said, they're super camouflaged. You're like, a tout brute, like, I was not expecting you, right? I was not expecting this. So yes, be prepared to begin to have, like, figuratively speaking, X-ray vision, where you're seeing through any kind of mask, any kind of insincerity, okay? But I see this awakening, and you're seeing, like, who is not on your team, so to speak, who is not meant for you. And that's why the Five of Pentacles is coming up here. That can feel kind of lonely, right? When you look around and you're like, whoa, okay, like, here are the people that have been like parasites on me, or they've been like, you know, down low trying to sabotage my progress, right? Or hold me back. It can feel lonely, but know and understand that as you're going on this journey and as you're moving in this direction, you're going to have soul family coming in. That's why I call this the Wizard of Oz card. Now, the Four of Cups. Four of Cups also for me is adding to this sense of awakening here. So we know that Four of Cups is seen as like not being happy with what we're being offered. Like something is being offered to us and we don't like it, we don't want it. Or it can indicate like a sense of tunnel vision. But with all these other cards, this is adding to the awakening. And Four of Cups, some of you guys have heard me say this, it can come up in a reading, and that's how I'm feeling it for you guys here, where it's like all of a sudden you're realizing that you've been kind of setting the bar really low. Four of Cups makes me think of what Rumi wrote about when he talked about divine discontentment. Divine discontentment, when he wrote about it, it's like waking up and realizing that you're a child of God, that you are deserving of so much more, right? And you kind of look at your life and go, wait a minute, not that I'm not grateful for what I have, but, why am I settling for this, right? Other people have, different circumstances, and they're no better than I am. I'm just as equal to them. Why shouldn't I have that too? And so for me, Four of Cups comes up when you realize that, and you realize you've been aiming the bar super low, right? And I give the example of someone who says, oh my gosh, I can't wait to manifest a new job where I actually get paid on time. I don't have to chase them down for my paycheck. I don't have to double check it, make sure they didn't do anything weird with my hours, where they don't treat me like crap, they don't yell at me, they don't try to get me to do shady stuff. That's like bare minimum, right? I mean, if you're going to a job and you're not getting paid, that's not a job, that's slavery, right? And anybody in any job deserves respect. That's a common, basic human right, to be treated with respect and not to be in a hostile environment. Those are bare minimum stuff. Or to say, oh my gosh, I can't wait to manifest a relationship with someone who is not with me for financial reasons and someone who doesn't cheat on me. Again, bare minimum. Okay? A lot of you are realizing that you've been manifesting bare minimum. And now you can manifest more. You can manifest the seasoning, the spice, the flavor, right? If I go for a walk down the street and I manage to keep my hands to myself, I don't go around punching people in the face when I walk down the street, the police aren't going to come to my house and knock on my door and say, oh my gosh, Amethyst, we want to throw you a parade. We want to give you a $500 gift card because you never give us problems. You never give us trouble. Every day you go for a walk, you never steal anything. You never punch anybody in the face. No, because that's the bare minimum expected of me, right? That's the bare minimum for me to walk around and mind my own business and not give people a hard time. That is the bare minimum. And so a lot of you are realizing that you've been manifesting bare minimum. And you're like, no, it's time to raise the bar. It's time to raise the bar here. And that's where you're coming into this energy, Virgo. And this is a beautiful time that you're coming into this energy, because I talked about it in the full moon readings I did a couple of weeks ago when we had the full moon. And we had the eclipse. We had a lunar eclipse, and then we had a new moon solar eclipse following it. These eclipses that we're having, they magnify the energy and they extend it out for a longer period of time. So the next 6 to 8 months for a lot of us is going to be about releasing anything that's been slowing us down. And it's a big, powerful window, a big, powerful time for manifesting. And so it's a good thing that you're having this awakening, because there's energy that you can take advantage of right now to work through these changes and these shifts and to be able to manifest. There's powerful manifesting energy right now. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more than your sun sign. If you want to check out the love readings for June, those are linked in the description. The July love readings will be up soon. If you would like a private reading with me, you can do so by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Bye, Virgo. Take care.